Drama farmers. That is a title that seemingly has been placed upon me ever since I started making videos or making content on my channel, through the people that I call my friends, that I associate with, people that I care about a lot. Seemingly because of this, I get labeled part of a drama crowd. I'm labeled by people outside of my content, people who have never seen my content before or watched any of my videos, outside of my bubble, outside of my echo chamber, purely because of who my friends are, often see me as being just that, a drama CC. And I find it just, it always makes me laugh. It amuses me sometimes because I know what I am, I know what my content is, and I just find it quite funny. I'm just going to give you a little bit of an example, I guess, of really what I'm referring to. And we can look right here. Okay, this is literally just a random tweet, but it sparked a conversation in my head that I kind of want to talk about, right? People are way too focused on the few drama frogs when there's so many CCs that don't engage in drama. Seriously, how many drama CCs can you name? And this is where it gets interesting, okay? This is where I find this hilarious. I find it pretty funny. Because the following words are Saint Hontus? Question mark? A drama farmer? And then immediately afterwards, Captain Cabinetz? Question mark? It's like my existence immediately gets thrown into this pot merely because of who I'm friends with or who I'm like content adjacent to as like a Wuthering Waves creator who started since like the very beginning of the game. I made Woowa content since before the game ever came out, and obviously I'm someone who has been supportive of someone like Saint, someone I'd consider my friend. And because of the same thing with Tectone, you know, I've had that before of someone who's friends with Tectone. You must be a bad individual and a bad person if you're in that crowd, and you must obviously make drama content. But it gets funny because the follow-up makes it even better. I don't even know if Cap makes drama content. And that kind of sums it up, doesn't it? Like, to me, that's the reason why I wanted... It's literally a one guy's tweet. But it's so funny because it just sums up so perfectly what I'm trying to illustrate here of like people, it's like, it's just guilty by association. And even then, calling like someone like Saint just a drama farmer when that's not even most of his content is a thing of itself. But I understand the message. But to be like this guilty by association, and then immediately following up with like, who are the drama creators? Saint, Captain Cabinetz? Immediately followed by, I don't even know what kind of content she makes. And that sums up everyone who thinks the same way about this. Dare I say they'd even think about it with Saint or with Tectone or whoever else in the space, right? Whoever else it would be like, oh, but like they just make drama. I don't know what their content is. I have no idea. Absolutely no, I don't have a Scooby of a clue. I don't have a Scooby of a clue to know what kind of content these people make, but they must do drama because of how they're associated with other people. I find it wild and I find it baffling, and that's just the way of the world. So you might think, well, that's your own choice. You know, Cap, you've chosen to associate with these people, you've made in your bed, and you must lie in it. And to that I say, absolutely I will. You're right. Do you know why? Because I'm not a fucking pussy. I'm not. I don't care. I genuinely don't care if people associate me with others and therefore I'm bad. I know what these other people are like. I know what they're like, and these are other people that have been good to me, people that I consider like my friends, people I get along with. And I'm just not, like, I'm not someone to be a pushover and be like, oh, you're right, this is bad for my image and all this stuff, so therefore I'm never going to associate with them. I'm going to say bad things about them because it's good for me and my branding. Because there is a degree to truth in that sort of stuff, right? It would be better for me overall to have a squeaky clean a squeaky clean slate and not be really close with any of these people and just do my own thing and never associate with that crowd. But I choose to get involved with people that I like. I choose to interact more with people that I care about. That's just it. And I'm not a fucking pussy about it. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. And no one, like, to me, it feels fake to, like, keep a squeaky clean, like, persona about things rather than just be real. But, like, yeah, sometimes I have friends that maybe say more extreme things sometimes, or I have friends who kind of go above and beyond now and then, and that's their own thing. That's not a reflection of me. What other people do in their own content isn't like a reflection of me and my content. Because if you look at my content, what is it really? What is really my content? You go to my channel. What are my most viewed videos that I've made and that I do? It's story reactions. 65,000 views, 2.2. We have Ananta. Story reactions, cinema, Renacita, Lorelei's, Wuthering Waves. I have an anime reaction. I have an anime edit reactions on my Brant videos, PGR, music reactions, everything. Like my original content sort of stuff. Uma Musume, Honkai Star Rail reacts. There isn't like this whole like thing of drama and I get most of my views from drama and making this drama slop and rage baiting, when most of my views come from the completely opposite stuff, from someone who is just existing in the space and just reacting to stuff. Will I talk about drama topics occasionally? Sure, because I'm someone who does commentary on the recent topics of the community. What are people talking about right now? I'll throw my hat in the ring. Do you know why? Because I'm not a fucking pussy. Okay? That's really what it is. I'm not afraid to give an opinion on things. If sometimes that will cause like
Today
an uprising against people, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens, and that's the consequence of doing commentary or talking about spicy topics. Does that make me a drama farmer? No, it's just part of what I'm being. It's part of what I'm doing. I talk about the most popular topics of the community, and I add an opinion because I'm not a fucking pussy and scared to have this clean persona about everything and try to be as family friendly as possible and always have, on the fence sort of takes where I can never approve or disapprove of certain crowds. No. Okay. And I would rather be that for my entire like online streaming YouTube career. I would rather be like that than be someone who is a suck up, someone who disassociates with people because I don't want the bad PR or I don't want the bad image on me. I don't care. I'm real. I'm going to be real about things. And if that's going to play negative to me, at least I'm being fucking honest and I can say what I want, right? So this whole thing of being a drama farmer
today
I think is it's funny. it's just funny. And those who know me, and those who don't. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to stop associating with certain people in my circle just because of the kind of content they make, because that's not my responsibility. My responsibility is how they are to me as a person and human being in a normal sense. Sometimes I might not agree with stuff that they say, and guess what? You're allowed to do that. Isn't that so funny? You're allowed to be friends with someone and maybe sometimes not agree with how they do content or what they say or what they do, and sometimes you do agree, and actually the person you hate actually had a good fucking point. And I will be someone who will say that sometimes. Hey, you might not like that fucking guy, but guess what? He got a good fucking point. And maybe you should listen. I will also be that person too, right? I'm not a fucking pussy about it. That's just it. Just have a backbone. I feel like that's someone that's someone that has way more of a backbone than like chickening out and being on the fence the whole time. That's someone who's spineless to me. That really is. So that's just kind of it. I find it funny. Who's a drama farmer? St. Tondas, Captain Cabinetz? I don't even know what content she makes. And just kind of sums it all up. They don't really know what content I make, and that's okay. And one day I will convert them. I will convert them to the Church of Silly, and they will find out for reals what real content, what real good content is like. But no, I'm very happy with the audience that I have. and I'm aware of what kind of audience that I have, and I'm very happy and proud of my community and what we've built up over this time. And I would like to think it's a community of people that like to take it a bit more chill, but are serious and can engage our brains when we want to and have reasonable takes. I feel like for me, I'm someone who positions myself as like I like to be reasonable but firm. Okay, I never like to go to extremes. I know in the content space, being extreme is the better thing to do. If you can be extreme and justify it and make people think, oh, that's a bit much, but you're still right, it's kind of like the good thing to do. But that's just not me as a human being. Like, I can't force that out of myself. But I like to be reasonable, but I like to be firm. But you know, fair at the same time. And I feel like we have a big community of people who border that bridge of being silly, but can lock in and engage and understand and have that right train of thinking at the same time. And it feels good that I have the audience of my own. I don't have audience of other people. I really feel like this is a collective group of people that are here for content that I make. And I like that. And the people who are outside of my bubble who think, oh, you're part of this crowd of people, whatever. Who cares? They don't even know what content I make anyway, so why would I care about them? They're not someone who's going to go watch me. Why would I ever care? I'm not going to convert them. Why would I ever care about it? So that's just kind of it. Drama farming. It's hilarious. And it's so funny as well. All those people who complain about... There's a lot of people who complain about drama, yet those are the first people who will watch every single video about any kind of drama that happens and throw their hat in the ring. There's a lot of hypocrisy. I hate drama farmers, and they watch a drama farmer video. And then they're like, I hate these people because of XYZ, and they do this thing and that thing that I don't like. And it's like, aren't you just doing the exact same thing? Aren't you doing the exact same thing? You're critiquing like drama farmers for and throwing an extreme opinion out in the ring and about other people. Aren't you doing the exact same thing? But it's different when you're behind a keyboard, right? It's very different when you're behind a keyboard and you can't see the person and can't talk and engage with them, because that's the internet and that's how it works. And that's why it doesn't matter and you shouldn't care about it, because it's taken me a long time to... I've always understood it, but it's taking me a long time in this like content space to like really believe it and to practice it, right, of not caring and not worrying about it. Because sometimes there were things that would like trigger me out of nowhere, and sometimes it's hard to keep that down. But as time goes on and more time goes on, it becomes a lot easier to kind of ignore most of the noise and be like, okay, just stop, you're being a bit silly, just leave it alone. But a lot of people fail on that, and they see one thing talking about them and they get triggered, and it's all this big one thing. And I know there's also like a lot of other creators too who do this whole thing of, I don't like drama, I hate other people who make drama content, but yet they also can't name what is the drama. What is the drama people are speaking of? They just pigeonhole someone's whole channel as being drama. I would never make drama content. I would never stoop so low. I don't want to associate with these people. I'm so sad. Why doesn't my content do better when all those drama people, they get so many more views? It's like, what is this a pity party? Is this like, what is this? What are we doing? We're now it's the same thing. It in itself also becomes drama, does it not? Does that not also become drama? Talking about how other creators do their content. It's a never-ending cycle. Everything is drama to people over and over and over again. And it does feel like it's never-ending. But that's why I just don't care anymore. I really don't. People want to call me a drama farmer. Fine. You don't know what my content is, and that's okay. And maybe one day you will. And you can, like I say, join the Church of Silly, which you should do right now. So you should subscribe. Subscribe? Did I shout out subscribe? You should subscribe and have a good time with it. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of have a rant. This is one of my videos that are minimum 8 to 12 minutes long, so I can put in my ads for my monetization purposes. Just kind of something that came to mind. And for some reason, you guys like watching these rants that I do, just talking to the camera. So I appreciate y'all. Stay drama farming, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.